So what's up, YouTube? It's me, and I just want to talk to you guys about what happened to me yesterday. So, as you all know, I am taking a few supplements, and those include DHEA, omega-3, B12, B complex, which is the B vitamins and calcium and folic acid and stuff. I'm taking that instead of a multivitamin because multivitamins make me feel awful. So, and they make me hungry. So I'm taking that with ginseng. So I noticed when I woke up yesterday morning that my stomach was hurting. I took my omega-3 the other day, not yesterday, but the other day. And I woke up in the middle of the morning, stomach hurting, and I had to run to the toilet. And it was awful. So I was wondering that supposedly virus that I had really just was a coincidence, and it was the fish oil that I have been taking that actually gave me the runs because I had the runs again yesterday. And not only that, but my stomach hurt so bad that I was just literally, bleh. I had to pull everything out of my stomach to feel better. I couldn't really eat much yesterday. And I took my blood pressure because I monitor it because I had stress-induced hypertension, and I monitor it because I'm taking the DHEA. And one of the side effects is high blood pressure, so they say. But I hadn't taken it with the omega-3, and I took my blood pressure yesterday. It was 109/87. It was the weirdest looking blood pressure ever. I am a medical assistant, so it was a red flag that something wasn't right, because 109 for me is low for my systolic. Now the 80s is just normal for my diastolic, but usually if it's about that, it'll probably be about 129, 130, and it was at 109. And I was like, no, something's wrong. So I kind of monitored it throughout the day with the rest of my sickness. And usually sickness makes my blood pressure go up. It would not climb. It stayed in that range for a while. And it did manage to reach 128/85, which was great for me because I felt a little bit better. Now remember, diastolic pressure is the most important part of your blood pressure, and it's when the heart rests after its first beat, and the lower it is the better. So the norm should be between 60 and 80. Anything over 80 is considered borderline. Anything over 90 is considered high. So I try to get it down into the 70s, but for some reason, since I got diagnosed in '08 with hypertension, it has yet to just really come down, except for it did for a little bit after I lost a chunk of weight and I was taking a diet pill prescribed by my doctor that was supposed to raise my blood pressure and actually regulated it. But since then I have been working out, so it stays in the 80s. Sometimes it'll drop into the 70s, which is great for me, but not often. But I'm just working on different ways to get it down. But anywho, so I monitor my blood pressure. Blood pressure's off, and my stomach's gassy. It's bloated. I was scared because I'm like, is it something going on with my appendix, my intestines? Something's wrong because it's swollen, like blah, like big swollen, and it's hurting, and it's making these bubbly noises. So I tried Pepto. Never taken off-brand Pepto-Bismol ever because it was an off-brand. I took the Pepto-Bismol, and we decided that since my diarrhea, excuse my TMI, was subsided for the most part, I just had gas, that if I take the Pepto, by the time I get to the club, I'll feel better. never go out with your stomach hurting, because it was supposed to be our last night out, and it was a big party, and it was gross for me because I felt awful. Now, I didn't have like this humongous bubble gut runs, so I didn't have like extreme diarrhea, but my stomach was hurting so bad I was burping up everything that I tried to eat and the Pepto, so I literally had to vomit everything out, like everything. And I mean, I think I threw up at least 4 times yesterday. It was, and last night in the club alone, I felt like a bulimic. No offense to bulimia, but I wouldn't want to be bulimic because I literally did have to force everything out myself. It didn't just come up on its own because I got tired of it burping up. This nasty. Anyway, so I got online on my cell phone and Googled omega-3 side effects. Wow, there are a host of extreme side effects to omega-3. A long list, some of them very deadly, including like I think it's something about cardiovascular, but anyway, in other words, you can have a heart attack. But and my mind's a little tired, so as much as I should get these words out, I can't completely get them out today. Anyway, so including nausea, vomiting, they even said bulimia. Wow, bulimia, headache, gas, diarrhea, indigestion, and so forth and so on. So you get the point. Awful. Now, just to clarify, my dose for my omega-3 were 1 tablet once a day, all 3 of the fatty acids once a day, 1 tablet, a whole bunch of fish oil and all the other oils in 1 tablet. So I really debated on taking it because I'm like, there's gotta be a lot of fish oil and the little combination of the 3. So I was scared because my system isn't that great when it comes to a large dose of anything. So I took it anyway because I'm like, it's oil. What can it do? Show me, didn't it? Because I cannot take castor oil for that reason. It tears my stomach up. So I have to find alternatives to constipation if I ever get it. But for the most part, I don't because I eat a fibrous I keep a fibrous diet, and I incorporate a lot of grapefruit juice and stuff into my routine every day. And it tends to keep me regular. So my system was out of whack because it was just all over the place. Now, I looked at a few doctors' websites, including WebMD. Fish oil is not recommended, and unless you need to take it, and it's because of the list of side effects. And this list of side effects, it outweighs the benefits of omega-3s. The one good thing is it does lower the blood pressure, but it can lower it too low, and that can cause death. And mine was really low for my systolic yesterday, so it's scary. So I don't recommend taking anything, like I said before, and always will say, without consulting the physician and asking if it's okay, especially when you're taking other medications. Especially like blood pressure medicine. Nobody would ever think that omega-3 will bring down your blood pressure as low as it can, but it will. And it can. So if I was taking like my blood pressure medicine anymore, I probably would have died yesterday because it would have counteracted and would have brought it down so low, my heart probably would have stopped. Thank goodness that I'm no longer on blood pressure meds. So just be careful. So now I'm just afraid of chicken butt to take anything but my testosterone. I'm even a little scared to do that because of the different methods and the dosages. And I think my biggest fear is the dose may be too high and bring up my estrogen levels, or the dose, well, I'm not scared of it being too low. That only means I gotta wait longer for my changes. And I'll probably start low anyway, just to be on the safe side, because I don't want anything to affect my mood. I am close to premenopausal, and I don't want any more mood swings than what I already got. So that's why I decided to go on a patch anyway. But yeah, I'm afraid. But I'm continuing to take my B complex because it's a vitamin, and my ginseng because it's good for energy, and the energy I lack because I'm getting up there. I work out, but without an extra boost, it's hard for me to work out. But anyway, and working out does boost the energy level and stamina. So back to this crazy omega-3. One of the other side effects is prolonged menstrual. Wow, really? Yeah. I noticed yesterday that my voice raised, and I didn't know why. Oh, could it have been? I don't know. But I took my DHEA as scheduled this morning, and I sound a little bit more back to normal. But I should have recorded yesterday because I sounded awful. It did raise a little bit, and I noticed that my stomach was cramping like I was getting another cycle. But I don't know. I'm not a specialist, but I'm just was weirded about it. So one more thing they said about omega-3: if you are undergoing hormone replacement therapy, do not take. It's not recommended that you take omega-3s if you're going through hormone replacement therapy because it can collide with the effects that you're trying to achieve. So yeah, I just remembered that it was in my list of things. So very well could it have been the omega that just had me sounding awful because I sounded awful. So yeah, don't take omegas, my brothers. Don't take it. It's not worth it. Not to me. The reason why I started is because I got some info from another FTM brother on here that just gave me a list of their vitamins, and I knew that okay, I can check into the fish oil, and I was just taking the fish oil alone at first, and it seemed to work okay because I wasn't taking the dosage that they required. I was only taking one pill, even though it requires three. And I was okay, but I did notice I did have to use the bathroom a little more, but I was still fine. The one thing about omegas and fish oil is you stink down there. And I'm nowhere near a smelly person. I'm very masculine, and I carry myself in a very masculine way, but I hate body hair in certain places, and I hate smell. And because I'm bio-female, hair to me is messy, so I shave. So even though I shave, still stinky, and I was like, oh, I would never. So fish oil's out the door. I can't take it. I refuse to smell so bad because I'm already gonna stink when my sweat glands change and my skin change. I don't want to smell even worse. Excuse me. So I'm cutting down on my crunch time's coming, so I gotta hurry up and talk. So advice to my brothers: no omega-3 at all. None. None. We're doing our tea. We don't want it in our system. We don't. So find some more healthier supplements and make sure to always read side effects. The bottle doesn't always list side effects, so get online and Google like I did. I love Google because it tells you everything, and just to check into everything that you're taking, because one thing you may say it doesn't have many side effects on the bottle and it's okay to take, and even though it's natural and herbal, you wouldn't think that it's bad for you, but when you collide a number of things together, they can all counteract. So just be safe and be careful when you're taking things, and look into everything before you put it in your mouth, because you may end up sick or even worse. So I just wanted to inform you guys about my vitamin experience, and I'm going to record later on when I feel a little better and get up real good because I got to go lay down a little bit. So I just wanted to say I love you guys. Peace.